Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup. We're going to cover the games that took place today in the LCK, LPL, and LEC, as well as preview all four regions games tomorrow. A good day of games. I did well. I won 7-2 on my predictions and 7-2-1 on my over-unders. So it was a good day for me, which is nice after a few bad days. There is no news to go over in the Discord. Not even in the comment section, damn it. In the description, you'll find the Discord link and the Patreon link if those things interest you. Now, let's get started. LCK, DRX, and Nongshim. DRX get by Nongshim 2-1, moving to 8-7. Nongshim 3-12. Deft went 17-7-21 with 37% of DRX's damage. Zika went 21-11-28 in mid, playing two Silas games. Game one, I think he had over 10 kills, or maybe just 10 kills. I know it was double digits. Dread was the star for Nongshim, going 12-10-16. Damwon and Gen G, definitely the matchup of the day overall. Two teams in the top 12 of my power rankings. Those came out yesterday. If you want to catch that, the updated version. Gen G 14-1, Damwon 9-6. Like I said, Gen G went 2-1. Ruler went 22-7-11 with 41% of the team's damage, piloting a Zeri in Game 3 in a very big way. Chovy 8-5-16 in mid. And Canyon was the star for Damwon, going 12-9-22 with a team-leading 27 damage share. He played a Karthus in Game 2 and really showed just how broken Karthus is if you know how to play it. And did a good job. Stars of the day, Kingen was the star top laner. He was the only one with more kills than deaths. Canyon was the best jungler. Zika, Deft, and Lehens. But choosing between Deft and Ruler was tough. Ruler, 22 kills, 41% of the team's damage is big. Deft, 17 kills, 37%. But he also had nearly 1,000 damage per minute on the day. So that's why I ended up going with him. LGD and top in the LPL. Top, easy work with LGD, 2-0. Jackie Love 12-2-11 with 33% of the team's damage, getting a pentakill. TN 6-1-14 in the jungle. Assume 4-7-2 opposite Jackie Love for LGD, 33% of LGD's damage. BLG and OMG. I had OMG beating BLG. It didn't happen. BLG 2-0 OMG. Doggo 12-7-15, 35% of the team's damage. Icon and mid went 11-1-14. Abel for OMG went 8-8-4 with a team leading 31% of damage. Stars of the day were Wayward, Tien, Icon, Jackie Love, and Crisp. For the LEC, Misfits and Astralis. Misfits end up moving on to 8-6. Astralis falling to 6-8. Neon went 7-1-10 at 80 carry with 38% of the team's damage. Irrelevant was dominant in top lane against Vizicachi, going 6-1-6. Xerxes was the only Astralis player with more kills than deaths, going 3-2-3. Vitality versus BDS. Vitality moved to 9-5 as BDS continued to be the worst team in the four major regions. Karzi 7-1-8, 28% of Vitality's damage. Haru had a great game, going 6-0-13 in the jungle. X Matty had 2 of the 3 kills. I think he had both kills for BDS. I don't think they had more than 2. X Matty 2-3-0, 32% of BDS's damage. Fnatic moved to 500 at 7-7. Upset goes 4-0-4 with 33% of damage. Hillisang 2-0-10 as he had 12 out of 13 KP. Gen X 0-3-1 for SK with a massive whopping 40% of SK's damage in the loss. Rogue versus Mad, definitely the best game in the LEC for today. Rogue 8-5, Mad Lions 10-3, both in the top 16 of the power rankings. Comp 2-0-4 with 29% about Rogue's damage. Larson went 4-0-2 in mid. Elyoya went 1-1-2, 100% KP as Mad Lions were only able to muster 3 kills against Rogue. XL and G2, both 7-6. G2 win. We saw our first Neela in this one. Neela hadn't even been banned by anybody this whole time in the LPL or LEC, but XL finally picked it, and, well, I mean, they lost, and they lost pretty easily. Flacked 9-0-8 on a Sivir. Yanko 6-3-13 on a Jarvan with 100% KP. Marcoon 4-4-2 for Excel on a Viego. Stars of the day, irrelevant. Haru, I did not write a mid laner. This is pretty embarrassing because I don't think we're going with Larson. He's the only mid laner I have written down. Bot lane, Flackid, and support Hylissang for stars of the day. Recap, like I said when it started, I went 7-2 on the day for outright winning predictions and 7-2-1 with over-unders. That's it for today's games. Now a peek at tomorrow's. Okay, now for the sneak peek. RNG and IG start us off tomorrow in the LPL. RNG 11-2, IG 4-9. RNG coming off of a 2-0 win against Anyone's Legend. IG coming off of a win against Rare Adam 2-1. In spring, they played week 2, day 7. RNG winning 2-0. Gala would go 11-1-10. Xiaohu versus Mole is what I want to watch. Right now, Mole is, honestly, IG is playing very well in mid and bot. And I'm interested to see how Mole handles Xiaohu. I expect RNG to win this, but by how much? How soundly will it be? Because now we're at a point where we're getting down to the end of the season. How are these teams getting ready for playoffs? Are they taking their foot off the gas? Are they trying to experiment? Things of that nature. FPX and Weibo. Weibo 6th in the power rankings at 9-5. FPX 6-8. FPX beat Ultra Prime 2-0 last time they're on the Rift, and Weibo lost to JDG 2-0. Week 4, day 4. Weibo won 2-1. Angel went 18-3-21. Angel versus Kerr is what I want to watch. Kerr was not on the team at the time. Gory was in mid. Gory now with PSG Talon, no longer even in a major region. So it's an interesting thing to look at because honestly, FPX need this win, and Weibo are just kind of like inters. We don't know what they're going to give us. That's why I'm so hesitant about putting them in the top 5 of the power rankings. LCK, we got the bottom of the barrel. HLE versus Bro. Combined 3-27 on the split. HLE lost to T1 2-0. Bro lost to KT 2-1 earlier in the week. Week 3, day 2, HLE beat Bro. That was HLE's only win of the split. Samdi went 11-4-10. Samdi versus Henna is what I want to watch. The battle of the 280 carries that have struggled to keep their job this split. Samdi being swapped out for Chioni, and Henna was swapped out for Gammon earlier in the split. Bro kind of got past that and stopped doing that, but HLE are more than willing to swap players out still. So we'll see how the bot lane goes. KT versus Sandbox, definitely the best matchup in the East for tomorrow. Two teams, 15th and 11th in the power rankings, very close in the standings, obviously, 9-6, 10-5. KT beat Bro, and Sandbox beat Damwon earlier in the week. Week 2, day 4, Sandbox beat KT 2-0. Prince went 7-2-10, and it's aiming versus Prince for me when it comes to MVP. In my opinion, I think that those two players are truly most valuable players to their team. Without them, their team probably, I don't think, are playoff teams. So that's kind of how I view most valuable player. I don't view MVP as a player that is the best player on the best team. I had Carrier in spring, but that's because Carrier honestly was cracked and the best support in the world. Like, he was just playing like the best support in the world. But honestly, I think Aiming's playing like the best AD carry in the LCK this split. Not saying anything about Ruler, but just this split, Aiming has played fantastic League of Legends. And Prince has as well. In the LEC, Vitality versus Astralis. Vitality 9-5, Astralis 6-8, week 3, day 2. All these teams in the LEC played. Vitality won. Perks went 0-1-10 on an Ari. Haru versus Xerxes is what I want to watch. Astralis' only positive player, game in and game out, seems to be Xerxes. And Haru has turned it around for Vitality. So if there's somebody that's going to, give Astralis an edge, possibly, it might be Xerxes. Because Haru has figured it out, but Haru's not he's not quite like Xerxes. Xerxes is a different kind of jungler. BDS versus Excel. Excel need this win, 22nd in the power rankings off of a loss to G2. Excel beat BDS earlier in the split. Marcoon went 9-0-3. Syncroft versus Marcoon is what I want to watch. I say it every single time I talk about BDS. Syncroft is the only player that I think is any good on that team. Nothing against Aggressivo. Maybe he's decent. But Syncroft's the only good player on the team. Misfits versus Mad Lions. Mad Lions 9th in the power rankings, coming off of a loss to Rogue. Misfits 8-6. Week 3, day 2, like I said, they all played. Vethio led Misfits to a win, 8-2-14. Vethio versus Niski is what I want to watch. Misfits get carried by Vethio more often than not this past. Obviously today, Neon and Irrelevant carried, but usually it's Vethio that makes things happen. So it's up to Niski to stop that. And Niski needs to facilitate and get in the side lanes. Only 3 kills against Rogue is not enough. They need to get ahead of Misfits early and stake their claim. SK versus Rogue. Rogue 9-5. SK 4-10. Rogue 1. Last time they played, Larson went 5-0-6. Surtus versus Larson was what I want to watch. Both players did very well in that game. I think Surtus went like 5-1-2 or something. So it's worth watching to see that mid lane matchup again. G2 versus Fnatic, the rivalry. G2 19th, Fnatic now 7-7 and unranked. Fnatic won last time. Razork going 9-1-3 on a Wukong maybe. Caps versus Humanoid is what I want to watch. Everything goes through Caps for G2 right now. Obviously, Flack played very well on the server today. That's the second time I've said somebody is carrying their team and they didn't today. But I think we can all agree that Caps has done most of the work for G2. So that's the deal with that. Now with the LCS, Golden Guardians 100 Thieves. Golden Guardians 4-9, 100 Thieves 10-3. GG coming off of a loss to TSM. 100 Thieves coming off of a win against Immortals. Week 2, day 1, 100 Thieves won. Closer leading the way 7-1-6. River was not on Golden Guardians. He was on Dig at the time. And River is the most interesting player on Golden Guardians right now. So it is River versus Closer. Golden Guardians do have leader in mid. And Prismal at 80 carry. No, it's support. Actually, the only player left on the team that was a starter 2 weeks ago is Stixay. Oh, and Licorice. I have Dig mixed up with Golden Guardians. Sorry, I mixed them up. EG versus TSM. EG 10th in the power rankings, 11-2. TSM 4-9. EG beat Fly last Sunday, and TSM beat Golden Guardians. Week 3, day 1, EG won. Danny went 5-0-3. Inspired versus Spica is what I want to watch. Spica has been the best performing player on TSM all split long, and Inspired is just an elite jungler. So we'll see how that jungle matchup goes. TL versus Fly. TL 8-5, 22nd in the power rankings, 21st. FlyQuest 7-6. TL lost to C9. Fly lost to EG. Week 2, day 2, TL won. Bwippo went 5-3-5. Bwippo versus Phillip is definitely the thing I want to watch because right now, FlyQuest, win or loss, Phillip's doing a lot of work in top lane. In this loss, actually, I recall Phillip solo killing Bwippo maybe more than once. So it'll be interesting to watch for sure. Immortals versus Dig. 2 teams at the bottom of the standings. They need wins if they want any chance to get into 8th. IMT 3-10, Dig 2-11. IMT lost to 100 Thieves. Dig lost to CLG. Week 2, day 2, Dig won against IMT. Blue went 3-0-6, and I want to watch Kenvi versus XU. 2 very raw, young junglers that are very inexperienced going against each other. Probably played quite a bit of Academy against each other over the last couple of years. So we'll see how these teams fare in that role. Lastly, CLG and C9. C9, 25th in the power rankings, both teams 8-5. CLG beat Dig, C9 beat TL. Week 3, day 1, C9 would win over CLG. Blabber going 3-1-8 on an Udyr. Palafox versus Jensen is what I want to watch. A couple weeks ago, Palafox, somebody said that, it's a new guard of the mid laners. It's not about Bjerg and Jensen anymore. So we'll see how this goes. Right now, Palafox is playing good League of Legends, especially on the Azir and Talia. So it'd be a real shocker if CLG were able to get another win. I wouldn't rule it out. The LCS is a real crapshoot. So if you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Tomorrow's roundup, if you're new to the channel, because I've had quite an influx of subscribers. For the weekends, LCS roundups are all done on Sunday in Sunday's video because the LCS ends so late on Saturday. Also, tomorrow's roundup will come out possibly later. I do have something I have to do in the mid-afternoon to evening where I usually film, like right this second was how I'm filming, where I would film this video. So, and film this video tomorrow. So there's a chance it'll just come out later in the night. I'm going to get it done before I go to bed, and just keep the LCS off for the next day. So if you like this sort of stuff, like I said, subscribe to the channel, comment down below with your opinions on these games, and thank you for watching.